Thousands of years ago, people formed tribes and clans. Leaders were not elected, but were selected or actually rose to power based on their strength, intelligence, or a combination of both. Later on, of course, there were hereditary leaders. Leaders were responsible for the protection of the clan or tribe from predators, for organizing hunting parties to provide food for the clan and tribe, and also to organize building parties or building teams, if you will, that would construct shelters and things of that nature for members of the clan. Uh, it was a job of responsibility. It's basically what it was. It was a job of responsibility of being a leader, not a promotion or authority over someone else at that particular time in history. They used spirituality and military order, or a combination of both, to rule the tribe and to maintain their leadership. Now, if a leader did fail, they faced personal penalties. They were personally responsible for failing the tribe or the clan. Over time, subliminal indoctrination, I'm speaking over generations, of course, of the concept of a benefactor leader or leader by divine right came into play. Uh, Basically, the skills and determination of the people dulled because they looked to leaders, or a leader benefactor, if you will, to take care of them. So therefore, why should they go out and do certain things or hone certain skills? Because they relied on leaders to provide teams or to provide that for them. Thus, there was no responsibility of self. The leader took more control and power by increasing people's dependence upon them. So therefore, they were able to manipulate the people a little bit better and keep them in line. And the leader started a set of rules or a rule system based on religion, the military, or a combination of both. So certain rules that you had to follow, and they weren't necessarily rules of justice. It was just basically rules to keep the people, the clansmen, the tribespeople, in line. It was a control mechanism used also to deflect personal responsibility, guilt, uh, following the rule or system of law from the leader. So if the leader did something that was unfavorable with the tribe or detrimental to the tribe as a whole, uh, he could actually say, "Well, I was just following orders. I'm just following the rule of law here. So it's no longer my responsibility." Today, regardless of what leader we are ruled by a system called government. Leaders are custodians and factotums of the system established by people that are long dead. The system really is the get out of jail and responsibility card for most politicians, or as they tend to call themselves, leaders, who often manipulate the system for personal agendas, political gain, those kinds of things. The system is designed to control individual freedom, to shape political correctness, and to maintain a dependency on a benefactor, and that benefactor being the government. How often have you heard people say, well, the government ought to do, or someone should do this, or someone ought to take care of this? Whereas in the olden days, thousands of years ago, individuals actually had the skills and the ability to look after things for themselves before the leaders developed a system that would sort of separate them, a system that is completely separate from them taking ownership of leading the people and doing what's right for the people. The alleged leader to the average citizens are ruled and controlled today not by a single individual, a responsible person, as I mentioned, but by a non-physical entity, a faceless concept established by the not so dear departed. It's a set of rules. It's books that were established centuries, thousands of years ago. In any case, who's to blame? We really don't know anymore. We haven't got a face to attach to it, nor a body. In any case, welcome to the government.